pestering the captain, right, Cora?
Pester? You think I'm a pest?
Oh, never. Poor choice
Something
of
you
words.
need? Time to go?
You being nice to the crew, too?
Of course.
Get up and get going. We've got the stars to explore.
Don't you always say, don't listen to rumors?
I'm getting antsy just standing here.
Hello.
What can I help you with? Let's see what you've got. Goodbye.
How can I be of service? How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
Look at you!
no certainty to the universe at all. Once you really start getting out there, the laws of physics kind of turn into suggestions.
Pulling my leg again, right? No exaggerations this time.
What you think? Unicorn. Not kid.
What? The mythical mare with the magic horn thing? Come on. Was King Arthur riding on it too?
Okay, it was more of an extremophile in the vague shape of a horse. But my point still stands. You need an open mind out there. You go into the far reaches of space too tightly wound, your brain is just gonna pop like a soda can.
Alrighty then, what's going on, guys? Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us today. Sorry for the delay. I just wanted to make sure my wife was down the steps before I start hooting and hollering, because I'm supposed to be giving off this vibe that I'm super upset. Such a sad salad having to stay home on a Saturday to play Starfield. I don't know what we'll do. I just don't. I'm already beside myself. The grief-like lamentations set in. And we currently are packing Z, so I apologize for the additional delay, but it will be the last for at least the next hour. Won't ever say the last because my dumb ass can't help itself. Needs to run away. Maybe it's stage fright. Maybe it's Wild's good looks. I'll never know. But I always find myself running away and saying, "Be right back. I have to save the world from myself." What's that? Oh, that talent. It's my good looks. You know, I was just trying to be modest about it, alright? They're blinding good. They're blindingly delicious. Like, whenever I'm driving down the road at night and there's some asshole who has high beams on when he doesn't need to, I'll purposely hold up a picture of Wild to fucking blind the ever-living shit out of that fucking asshole driver. Works every time. Sometimes it backfires. They follow me and they're like, hey cutie, who's that picture you got there, huh? Does he like to play tennis? Huh? Does he like chocolate? Huh? Oh man, what a sad Saturday. I got my friends, I got my fucking game, I have my fucking iced coffee, and the health of my cats, which years prior I wouldn't have given a shit about, but now means the fucking world to me. It's amazing how expensive those little beautiful fucking ass clowns can get. Oh, lovely. Just lovely. I got some free candy in the van. You boys like popsicles? Who was it, dude? It was Bence, that XGN Bence, who's now 1X PTSD. Dude, his fucking grandpa, old creepy grandpa voice from Family Guy. Dude, I've never heard a better one. It is so fucking religiously on point. It's scary. Like, I almost felt like Chris was about to get uncomfortable type of quality. I was like, damn, dude. I don't know what the fuck you're doing for work, but you should be fucking just doing nothing but like voiceovers. You'd make a killing. Alright, so we are creeping through to find Barrett and his batshit buddy. I already forgot his name, but I think... No. Oh, they're just chilling? Ah. See me by now. Now I just want to check the journal tab to make sure that, or the missions tab, just to make sure I'm not gonna fuck something up by killing this guy. Guess we don't got a choice. Alright. Get a grenade. I really want this to be better. Because it's fucking... Each consecutive hit deals more damage. I love that. But I also don't know if that's interrupted when you change mags. I guess that wouldn't count as a missed shot, but I didn't know if that, like... I don't know, interrupts that sequence. Is that only like magazine specific or yada yada? The other one was actually take that. Because this thing's a fucking, it's like the AA-12, it's great. This thing shoots so fast and it's a fucking shotgun. It's wonderful. Sawed off AA-12. Can you imagine the fucking recoil on that? Jesus. You're fucking making moon roofs in your fucking inside the firing range before you knew it. Christ. I was watching a video of some guy at a range who accidentally, well, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just shooting an AK-47 and the thing broke. It's, the firing pin just went into full auto. Dude, that is fucking scary when you have an uncontracted torso holding an AK-47 that isn't expecting it to start shooting. Like, dude, that thing fucking box. Holy shit. Oh, I feel so many mission. I see one guy in red. 2, yeah, I shot him. Dude, no, he's dead. 2, yeah. 1 mission over, he failed. Oh, man. Meanwhile, we got her. It's just like sneaking around, like, oh, nothing to see here, folks. All right, so it's
Holy shit.
casual
You
Kev.
actually found me.
Just gonna waltz on up.
I
I'm
wish
glad
I
I didn't
could say
start
this is
shooting
the
at it.
first time this has happened with Barrett. But, well, it isn't.
Well, this is turning into a regular Constellation party, isn't it? I should have brought drinks.
To be frank, the last thing you said, Wild, reminds me of a lot of paintball matches I used to have to fucking explain to my teammates after assuming that I made it to the objective marker or the box, the dead box that was, you know, has the enemy flag, or that if you're playing one flag, capture the flag, you have to take that flag to their dead box. And yeah, that would suck because I'd get all the way to the end and one of the refs would just be shaking his head because you can see me coming from a mile away. I was sponsored by Evil for like a very short amount of time, but nonetheless, I got a bright
Anything
blue C7 attack pack and the whole, which is like the honeycomb pack for Backman with 12 fucking pod holders. Oh yeah, and bright blue jersey and pants. And the C7 attack pack, I think, is from Die. I don't think that's from Evil. But yeah, Backman pack is the best way to go, especially when you have a Tipman A5 in the woods. Because you can just, if you have a response trigger and that extended hopper, you're going to be fucking tearing through paint and gas. So that honeycomb setup allows you to actually pack in extra nitrous if you need it. Without compromising like the tensile strength, holding in the other pods. And oh, I love the shit out of that pack. But yeah, dude, I'd get all the way to the end of it, and one of the fucking refs would just be like, yeah, no, you failed. I'm like, but I shot him. You're like, yeah, you shot the ref, you idiot. I'm like, oh, but that's okay. Not in this game mode, it's not. No. I'm like, why couldn't you tell me this midfield? He's like, I'm not fucking running through fucking no man's land to tell you you fucked up. I'd gladly wait for your dumbass to get here, and I'll do it again. It's like, yeah, fair point.
Matsura the Grim here and I actually have a lot in common.
Both escape artists. Been captured by Sistef myself plenty of times.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Relativity. We're all just creatures of the universe trying to get away from what's after us. Well, you didn't need to worry too much. Matsura the Grim here is actually a wonderful host.
No reason captivity should be unpleasant.
See, that's what I mean, Matsura. Real considerate.
I have enjoyed our time together, Barrett. But I can't just let you go with nothing to show for it. Is Constellation willing to pay ransom in exchange for this man's freedom?
I feel like this is the option I want to go with, but Barrett does not. This does look like a unique dialogue choice from, what's her face? So, we might go with this, but then again, I do kind of want to see if I could persuade her myself.
You want me to end all this with nothing to show for it? don't think so. He does seem to be unusually skilled in that area. True. Barrett has some good friends, it seems.
Hey.
Very well. You're all free to go.
It's been a real pleasure, Matsura. Really. And good luck out there with all the, you know, hurting people and taking their money.
I figured now that if he's able to just kick it with them in such, you know, comfortable quarters and conditions, I'm assuming the guy's pliable and reasonable. Thankfully that worked out, but still kind of want to take everyone's gear, and there's only what,
Sir is in charge.
5 of them? Okay, can I just...
He's free to go.
So,
I do not encourage
back
you
to
to
the lodge?
return.
Matsura the Grim? Honestly, a pretty nice guy as far as pirates go. I think I butted heads with his mentor once years back. Had the same kind of surprisingly hospitable vibe. Hey, you're underselling my harrowing escape from certain doom here. A little charm goes a long way when the knives are out. Honestly, I was kind of rolling the dice with you. But hey, sometimes a bet pays off. Right. Later.
I'm a little on the fence about that. I kind of, half of me wants this whole thing, half of me wanted that speech check to fail. But I guess we'll not let the gift horse to the mouth. We can still loot some stuff too, so ooh, I can steal a sandwich. Good day.
Lucky the boss is so generous.
Exotic manufactured component.
Ask for a bigger cut from Delgado? Yeah, sure. Let us fly into the sun.
I do like this pirate too, because I do want to start shooting people. And get the gear and just, like, you know, make a quick turnaround on it, but
Sir is in charge.
when you come across bad people that are, like, surprisingly good, they're also the types that will surprisingly end up in other situations that you won't expect them in. I found that out with Mass Effect. There was, I forgot who it was, but there was some, I think it was like a Krogan, who you save when you didn't have to, and then he ends up just, like, appearing out of left field to come, like, beef with the Geth. As you're getting, like, overwhelmed and surrounded by him, he just, like, shows up and he's just like, oh, screw these guys, let's fight. You're like, yeah, this guy, I'm with him. And he's like a fucking little meatball of fury too, so it's like, I'm glad I called that guy. Great, now I gotta watch Billy Madison. I say that like that's a fucking punishment. That's a wonderful thing. Hey, who's that hot chick kicking Billy's ass? That's his teacher, man. The mucus queen is all yours. Gee, thanks, man. Moby Dick is half a stack, though? Damn. Some expensive Moby. That's an expensive dick. Live and direct, you heard it right. $5.90 for value on that book. Goodness grief. So I've been actually looking for this, so you'll have to forgive me. I might, when I do give a shit about it, I am quite a slow reader because I just reread it a shit ton of times to make sure I understand it correctly. But without looking online, I've been really dying to find out how Earth becomes uninhabitable because they mention it in a few like scenes and loadings and shits, but like nothing. I haven't found like one of these yet. Quays? I've never seen that word before. If anyone knows what quays is, I would love to hear it in chat. My dumbass needs to be educated on that word. Quays. Drop that in my upcoming chat with my boss for a promotion. I'll throw him a curveball, use some tall man words. I'm short, so people don't see it coming. It works out. But you can't use too many tall words because then us short folk are found out quick. Tedious balancing act it is, yes. Most indubitably. Boppers. I fucking love that word, dude. I'm sorry. Of an oracle? Was to announce that clock. I wonder what but of the entire population shit. Sorry, these things always send me deep in thought because I'm just like, how the fuck does it get like this? And it doesn't really look like it touches on anything specific, so we'll continue having a look, but definitely curious how the fuck that happened. I mean, like, that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with looking at terminals in Fallout 4, just because I wanted to find out more on Vault-Tec's involvement with it. Because in New Vegas, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't played it, you find out a lot about, and in Fallout 3, but in New Vegas was the first time I bothered reading more and found out how it started with the guy, the quote unquote bad guy in the casino land area. I forget the name of that like group of buildings that still survived. Because the guy put up the shield or the anti-nuke defense in time, or was able to at least knock out like a few, I don't know if it was tens or hundreds of them. But that's why that one little area of Vegas still looks like the Strip. Because up to that point, I thought him and his creepy robots were like the big bad people of the world, and then I found out it's actually the fuckers who made all the vaults. They were just like, oh, I wonder, and boop. So these ones always get me all, give me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, let's take one on.
Our business is concluded.
Is it?
See yourselves out.
Got nothing to say to you. Mansour is in charge.
All right. No, yeah,
Your
I'm
lucky
sure.
boss is so generous.
Oh, very
Got nothing
generous.
to say to you.
Fucking sniping $380 fucking bottles of bottle bip. I know that's not how you say it, but you can clearly tell I'm not nearly as fancy enough to know.
Mansour is in charge.
I mean, when in doubt, pinky out. That I got down packed, but this shit, I can take it.
Piece of junk.
You're lucky the boss is so generous.
You know, that is the first time I heard that.
Got nothing to say to you.
Oh. For the fourth time. You sure? Rhapsody on a windy night. How whimsical. Bet you that was comfortable. I genuinely thought this was a thing for a minute, because I'm like, here are the eyes, the mouth, this must be the interface where it talks, and I'm like, oh, it's a fucking, it's a cooler. Oh, I need that. Yeah, I need, oh, fuck. Oh, that fucked. Oh, fuck. Ooh. We just sell it. I still don't know if you can scrap anything yet. Scares the fuck out of me. Ooh, shiny sparkle sparkle. Still have all this wonderful loot and stuff. Ooh. Thought that was the Gears insignia for a minute. I'm like, what? Permanently reduced and low prices. That's great. Still not used to not hearing the hell yeah after every time like you actually find one of those things, but oh, wow. Dude, I'm thinking we combine this with why... Oh, wow. I'm looking at on the right-hand column, that Crippling and Furious mod, because we have Furious on another one. I think our legendary pistol. Oh, that's sick. I want to put a semi-auto mod on that. And a suppressor. 30% limb damage, or 30% more damage after striking a limb, and it does more damage every consecutive shot. Mahoigan Goff, I am awfully excited to see what the fuck that thing can do with the suppressor on it too. Creep it around. Pew pew. Oh, get it. Marker camera. Such an interesting location for that shape of graffiti. I swear to God, I'm like, skid marks, space age skid marks. I'm like, wait a minute. Nope, that is graffiti. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this cup should stay here, so it's not gonna be there anymore. I wonder if we can get up there.
40 credits to fix this suit. You gotta be kidding me.
Book like a bunch of. Or I think like that's the only book we've found a shit ton of copies of. All the other ones we found like 2 or 3, but that one I think we've come across like 5 or 7 times by now.
Matsura's in charge.
I enjoyed our conversation, but well done. All can go.
You're lucky the boss is so generous.
Got nothing to say to you.
Matsura's in charge.
Oh, at first I'm like, metal? Are they working on a metal gear? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's an axle, I think, right? That's gonna be a cage. And then I'm like, oh, it's a truck looking thing. If we're lucky, it's gonna be an actual, like, Ninja Turtle bot. But that tells me, I don't know. That might not be the case. Is there anything worth dilly-dallying any additional amount of time here? I do not believe so. And I'm not able to see a quick way to get up there. Oh, it's sealed on it. Unless...
You're lucky the boss is so generous.
He's free to go.
Watch, this probably connects right to it. My dumbass is like, I don't understand why I can't get there. Yep. I don't know how to get to that. Ah, that's the way. Cosmetic. 4,000 credits, that's worth it. Lockpick. Ooh. Semi-auto with a scope. As a... And a polygon mine. Awesome. One second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I like couldn't get a straight answer out of her, and I was just like super worried for a minute that something might have happened. So I was just like laying on the phone, and then turning my phone off, back on in case my phone was shit because it's super old. And long story short, she's good. She was just rolling through an area that has shit reception. Just because she's traveling with our niece, I always get all worried and shit because my car isn't always behaving as it should. I think I'm like 2 weeks overdue on getting some tires put on. Bits are expensive, man. Fucking hell. And all day today I was hemming and on with her over her taking my car over hers just because of the dry rot or whatever was just found in my tire. So I'm like, dude, don't take my car, blah blah blah. But I think she still took it anyway, even though she said she was gonna take the other one. It's just, I don't even know why the fuck we have 2 cars, to be completely honest. And sorry, after that shit show of fiasco, I'm just packing one up to fucking ease the mind, get it back to equilibrium hands. First time I ever picked up from a dispensary that had it was already like pre-ground flour. But works for my lazy ass, that's for sure. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. We just need to make sure that we put everything here, which I think we did. Alrighty. That's an uncommon one. I think it's just heavy as balls. I don't think I need that. We gotta find out what those ones are for, and like all the other heavy items, so that we can prioritize and get those things at least allocated, so we don't have to keep picking them up. I made that mistake with biometric scanners. I don't know why, but I pulled like 15 of those fucking things. Come to find out, you don't even need them in Fallout 4. I really thought you did. I think for a couple turrets and shit you might, but beyond that, it's pretty limited. If I'm recalling correctly, and if I'm not, I do apologize. So let's get back to the block.
I suppose it's possible the Crimson Fleet has left something valuable behind, though I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think we scraped this. Oh yeah, so we might as well walk through it. Pass. On our memory. That'd be more impressive than that, but hey, that works. We have found the map. ingredients. Coffee. And a fridge. Nothing. What this one? An orange. And veggie steak. We need that, I think, for a recipe, so that's go. Oh, and some taters. Shazam. A watermelon. We freeze them and shoot them out of a cannon. That'd be so awesome. I always thought that would be such a hilarious way that we ended up making like space weaponry. Is like once we basically figure out, you know, like focused magnetism, to be able to like put those on like ships and shit. It kind of makes sense to like use that as like a primary function of said spaceship, from everything to dealing with land to landing and taking off to like interacting with objects and shit to fueling, for example, or some shit. Using that like magnetism would really help the ship in its fine-tuned motions. But I was used to think of it in like a military sense, and how silly it would be if a cheap way of ordnance would be using, you know, that type of magnetism to basically propel frozen produce, like stuff that can be grown artificially in space, like watermelon, and what the fuck, like pineapple and shit. So if you were to freeze these things and then send them flying, these are dumbfire munitions. So like, you know, they're not. They can't really have like a signature. If anything, they're cold as hell. You can't even see them coming on like sensors, so you can't even really even use. I wouldn't even imagine. Well, actually, no, because they already have like border defenses, so I guess that would fall short. But as a kid, I used to think how silly, how like much damage it would be to hit someone in space with a watermelon. Like, I used to debate this with my friends all the time. They'd be like, "You're an idiot. That's never gonna happen." But I'm like, "Dude, you don't know that." Oh, that. Yeah. We didn't for anything, so I guess we'll just leave that there for now. That's enough. Hookah canister, hey yo. Lava lamp. Lava lamp goes. Looks fun. What, 10? No. Women. try this out. I think it is, because I would have responded to it. Interesting. I feel like this is going to save us a shit ton of resources. Pick this up. I'm getting too distracted. Let's get back to That's why I get distracted. Wonderful things just appear.
Oh, for God's sake. Drop some of that rubbish already.
And just like that, we're already overburdened. I imagine this is like the final loop. So that's the shit with all like the fancy boxes and the things when you open shit. That room is the last one that you will find. The best one that you'll find in that spot. Antique videotapes. Oh, that's funny. Need to. Might as well find the VHS if it's there as well. Shit. Thing would probably weigh like 50 pounds though. It's a real VHS. My God. That thing I used to think was made out of the stuff that hurt Superman growing up, just because of the time I saw it plummet just like an inch, and the boom that took place made that like only real scary sound that took place in the first Paranormal Activity, that like explosion sound that made like the chandelier like wobble around and shit. It made that sound look like a tiny little fart. Me as a child, dude, this boom that this VHS made, because it only fell an inch, but this thing weighed, I don't even know how much, dude. And it like nearly caused like a bunch of shit to fall over, as if like a mini little earthquake took place in it. It was very interesting to have a physics lesson so early in life, but it was one I'll never forget. All I thought to myself is, I will never own that godforsaken rectangle. Never pay money for something so awful. But it's funny to think back then that was all the rage. You had one of those, dude, you were doing well. God, I can't even imagine what they fucking ended up paying for that. I know my mother gave my father a bunch of shit for getting one. Why not? Good. thought I'd be able to. That would increase carry. Alright. Now let's return to the lodge. Yes. I think we might just be able to fast travel.
So, were you eating at the Satebrook, or is it just a quick snap from the Terra Brew?
Walter spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of us were.
I see what you did there, Walter. And I know you've been secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign that he's worried.
Don't start, country.
Wait, is that? And to think the first artifact was taking up dust on the library shelf. Now look at them all. You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around? Help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe. It doesn't really matter to me. Never get too attached to ships. After the 5th or 6th time one blows up and you get marooned, the romance fades. Plus the Frontier is a constellation ship. And you're one of us now. So it's just as much yours as mine at this point. Marvelous.
I'm listening.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Sure. Of course. Okay. Excuse me. I might have some... Well, that's all I have too.
Much as I think it's cool, I'm just starting to worry that why am I staying in Printing, I shouldn't remain invisible. I wonder if that's a bug if you're using one chameleon. Let's try taking it off, see what happens. One doesn't have chameleon. That's right. I'm worrying about. Uh-oh. Oh no. Seem to have lost our head. Oh no. This game. Help. Help. Help me. Help. Who do I go to about this? Help. I don't like this. Not gonna lie. Oh, if only the pictures were Joseph. I could stand here just a little bit. Maybe that's right. Yeah, no, it's just obscure. I've never actually seen it glitch out like that. Curious as to why. Clearly it's not like a character-driven bug. It's gonna be something put on the chest. Something else looks hack that. Yeah, that's the source of all the issues. Maybe it was just a glitch. Start the game with like that shit on, or first item you equip. I don't know. I don't really feel like facing that for him, but it is interesting. I hope that'll be among the hot fixes or whatever. First update for a game that's been recently released tends to bring.
Hey, you might want this. Have something for you.
Hi.
Here,
Please disregard.
this is for you.
I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Oh, quiet. Keep it. Live a little, will you? Anyway, I figured you might have a use for it. I bet you do. And if not, well, you can always try to sell it. If I see anything on our next expedition to a planet, then I'll hang on to it for you.
Captain Todd, I am ready to. I will. Travel safely.
Like their owners, for decorating their ships with heat bleach there. Would be a nice touch.
to me tonight before bed?
Read to you, sure. I'd like that very much. You haven't asked me to do that in a long time.
And will you do funny voices for the characters? Like you used to when I was little?
Star Station LO868. You need the eye? Got your ping loud as a bell. Eyes ready to let you aboard.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Greetings, Captain. How can I be of service, Captain? I will keep your items. I will await your next order here.
We got a rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood. Former Crimson Fleet. An old Jacoboons would be the term for it, back in my day. Left that life behind me. Even before I signed up with Constellation, I was retired.
Aha! You got your nickname from Vlad. You're official now.
Wish I could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye. Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. But the data takes a slow ride along the Sea of Light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive. No matter how good the scan, it's still just peeking at light, and she only has one speed. Lot of interstellar bodies in the way, too. All that noise makes squaring the circle harder. Only going to be able to give you so many at once. Wouldn't be tipping your ear if I thought it was a waste of time. Giving you the best of what's available. No more. You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Mateo are both following up on scans themselves. Mateo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull a worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man, and I'm worried. Another rook in Constellation who's making a name for herself. Likes to be on her own. I can relate, so I try to look out for her more than most.
It's okay to be worried about her, Vlad. She's been out there for a while.
She should be at one of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Happy hunting. Jaw the words another time, then. The Eye's seen all it can for the moment. Good. Ever run the scholars on the Centaurus Proclamation? The original treaty that gave every human the right to colonize the stars? Stolen by some fool's joke of a Crimson Fleet rook looking to trade names to Captain. Sight to see pinned above my chair, like the whole settled systems was mine for the taking. Time dances its years forward, and I'd retired. That's when our own Sarah Morgan walks into the tale. Fire in her eyes and her head full of intel I thought I had spent a labor's efforts burying. Of course, I didn't have the Centaurus Proclamation just lounging in my pockets. Belonged to the ship and her new captain, and the fleet I had left behind. Tipped your ear long enough, but the short line of it, Sarah and I returned the treaty to the rightful owners, and I decided to hang around, lend an old pirate's wisdom to the mission. Raise the thoughts with you later. Hmm? Oh, sorry. Well, usually doesn't. I'm overdrawn from Lady Luck 3 times over. It's a long tale to tip your ear on, but if you ever wanted to visit, I have a house out there in the Starfield. Thought I was going to see life's eclipse from there, but Constellation swept me away. Haven't been there since we started on the Eye. If you do go there, turn the lights off when you leave, okay? Oh, sorry. Was just doing some math in my head. Trade the gaps with you.
Greetings, Captain.
long we're gone, it's always good to
We'll
be
try
back.
to